Hello and welcome back to Sakura Beach 2. That was interesting. And in the end, there was no pillow to the face either. Just pretend you didn't see anything. I think I could wait a little bit longer until I asked them about Neen. After a little while, I woke up the courage to knock on the door. Hey, Ayumi, Momoko. What do you want, you fool? What's the matter, Seiji? Neen wanted to go stargazing again. I'm gonna be heading out, so the door bursts open, smacking me in the face. Absolutely not! You're staying here where I can keep my eye on you, you fool. I take a moment to recover from the blunt trauma my face just experienced. My face has become able to shrug it off by now. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Having the ability to shrug off punishment's always useful. That's a good thing. With a face like this, I could survive anything. Who knows what kind of indecent things you do with a girl when you're all alone with her? Look, it's not like that, Ayumi. She's just a friend, isn't she? That has nothing to do with it. You can't go alone, and that is final. Ayumi, why are you yelling? This fool wants to go stargazing with that strange girl. I refuse to allow it. Oh, that sounds like fun. There's a problem, why don't we all just go? All go? That solution works for everyone, doesn't it? You'll be able to make sure Seiji doesn't do anything indecent. Why do you all have so little faith in me? I just know you, silly. As much as you pretend you aren't looking whenever I... Stop that indecent behaviour. But it's normal for someone so hot-blooded not to be able to ignore a beautiful figure. I am not a pervert. Stop trying to create this inappropriate image of me. An image is only what you reflect onto the world, silly. And I know all too well what you reflect. That's okay. You're still my adorable, precious, silly Seiji no matter what. I put my face into my palm. Look, are you okay with me going or not? Momoko quickly pulls Ayumi over and whispers into her ear. I think it would be fine then. What's with the sudden change of heart? We have worked out a compromise for the situation. A special compromise. Am I allowed to know what it is? Absolutely not. I know. They're planning on doing something sneaky. You have nothing to worry about, Seiji. Our compromise will not interfere with your date at all. Who said it was a date? Ayumi seems to get really mad when she hears that. Momoko, how dare you call this a date? That sounds like jealousy, Ayumi. Ayumi just quietly fumes to herself. Anyway, Seiji, you have my full blessing to go. Quickly, make haste. Hang on, just tell me what a time is first. Quickly respond to a message. I can go tonight. See you in an hour? Sure? There, done. You'd best not do anything with her, Seiji. I'll know if you do. I won't. Really, I won't. That remains to be seen. I just don't understand why you're reacting like this. Neen's just a friend, right? Nothing to worry about? I won't do shameless things to someone who's just a friend. Don't do shameless things at all. At least not on purpose. Of course it's on purpose. It could happen. But she's just a friend. That's called toxic jealousy. If you've got that in a relationship, get out fast. Seriously, if you don't have a basic level of trust in your relationship, it's doomed. It won't happen, right? The trail is always hard to navigate, especially in the dark, but the light of the stars always guides me to my special place. Though I suppose it's not really my special place anymore. Considering the memories I've shared with these two here, belongs to them too. Not to mention Neen. I wonder if there's ever been anyone else who discovered these hills. How many people have looked with wonder at that beautiful sky. And as I wander into the clearing, I see her sitting on the hill. She sends me a warm smile. I'm glad you came. I just wanted to talk about today. What about today? Remember how I told you that I knew I wasn't typical? I really felt that today. Ayumi didn't seem to like me. She's more aware than I thought. Ayumi's like that. She's defensive about her personal space. Maybe I should have finished that greeting. That's why I got bad luck. Well, she knows something went wrong. She doesn't know what exactly. No, girls don't greet each other like that. Especially Ayumi, she hates things like that. Things like what? You know, what you were doing with a... Oh, what? Don't make me say it. I don't understand. She's almost painfully innocent. Never mind. Look, I just have a question, Ian. I'll do my best to answer it. Are you lonely? I think I am. But I don't really know if this feeling is loneliness. I mean, I haven't really had any friends my age before. Why? Haven't you gone to school or anything like that? There's no way anyone could have made at least one friend if they went to school. School? I've never been there. Did she have a really sheltered upbringing or something? I've never been to a school. I have a tutor instead. A tutor? Guess that explains why you've never gone to a school. Yep, I do all of my learning at home. But home's boring, it's too big and empty. Places with happy people are much better. I can only really go to the beach if I sneak out of home. But every time I do, it's always worth it. I think I'm beginning to piece together what the deal with her is. Big and empty. Why is your home big and empty? Huh? My home is big and empty? I don't know how else to describe it. Is it like a mansion or something? I think I've heard that word used somewhere, but I can't really say for certain. But it's way too big. I don't like it at all. Mansion. As curious as I am, I think I'll ask about it another time. I see. Well, let's not worry about that while we're here. Let's just have some fun, Nain. I begin to unpack my telescope. What's that, Mr. Stranger? It's a telescope. Oh, I used to have one of these. Could I? Of course you can. Go ahead. Turning her back to me, she stares into the eyepiece. And I'm staring at... No, I'm staring at the background. It's quite a nice, pretty space background. That is definitely what I'm staring at, I promise. It's so small. And she's so curvy. Nope, have to calm down. Even though it's right in my face. I have terrible control over my eyes. No, I'm really liking this star background in general. As she sits there, a look of innocent delight spreads across her face. So this is the universe up and close. It's beautiful, Seiji. She turns the telescope towards the stars. The lights are so bright. With this telescope, it's like I'm really there. The moon's craters, the twinkling of Mars in the distance. Oh, I wish I could go there one day. Yeah, that's going to require a whole bucket load of funding that NASA ain't getting. Just leave Earth behind? She lets out a heavy sigh as she says that. Well, that's not going to happen anytime soon, is it? I wouldn't be so sure. Space travel could be a real thing in our lifetime. Imagine if they colonized the moon. Oh, I'd love to live there. You'd have to be bloody crazy. Don't get me wrong, the moon is spectacular, but I would not want to live there. I'll freely admit, sometime before I die, I would like to see the Earth from orbit. Anyway. Imagine being able to look back on Earth. Probably wouldn't want to be the first one to go, though. I would. The sooner the better. I built an entire moon colony myself if I have to. Steely determination. What about you, Seiji? Do you ever feel like that? I did, a while ago. What changed? It's a lot to explain. Let's just say I have a few more reasons to stay on Earth than I do run off on a grand space adventure. Or, is it because of those two? Her observations are strangely accurate sometimes. How do you know? Just a guess, Mr. Stranger. We're both very special to you, I can tell that. She looks away from the telescope for a moment. I'd like it if I was that special to someone, somewhere. How does it happen? I guess it's just time. So I'd have to spend a lifetime with someone to become special to them. That's so long. Not necessarily. Sometimes you just get along with someone, and through that you become special to that person. And she brightened up after hearing that. So, could I be special to you then, Seiji? Special in what way? I don't know yet. I'll work it out somehow. She backs off from the telescope and stretches. Your telescope's amazing. Maybe you should get one for yourself. Sure, there's somewhere you can buy one. Yeah, maybe I should get another one. It would be like being here all the time. So no matter where I am in the world, I'll be able to look towards the stars. Even though she's unusual, I can fully understand her love of space. I've never been able to relate to someone like this before. You're special, Mr. Stranger. Very special. I'm nothing special. Just a really average guy. Can't really think of anything that makes me particularly remarkable. That isn't true at all. You're special, I know that for certain. There's no way you could not possibly not be special. She's insistent that I really am special. No, really, you're giving me too much credit, Naeem. About as unremarkable as they come. Naeem shakes her head. That can't be true. She grabs me by the hands and holds them up to her chest. Everything about you is interesting. If I think so, that's enough to make it true. I think you're the more interesting one out of the both of us. You find me interesting too? No one's told me that before. Especially not a boy. How many boys have you talked to? Not that many at all. Not my age, at least. It's odd. Either way, you're the most interesting one I've talked to, Mr. Stranger. Besides these other two. They see something in you too. Yeah, like I told you before, things are kind of complicated with them. I haven't noticed that yet. They really like you, I know that much. I can understand why they like you. But I don't know where the complication comes in. I can't really tell you about that right now. It's a little strange. I'm saying this to her, of all people. Since I'm in a relationship with both of them, I don't want her to get the wrong idea. She's someone who's easily impressionable, I think. What if she thought that polygamy was perfectly okay? Okay, let me break that sentence apart. Polygamy is totally okay, providing all people involved are totally okay with it. That's my attitude, because at the end of the day, I don't care. As long as the people involved are all happy with the situation, then what the hell is wrong with it? That's my attitude to polygamy, to gay marriage, to pretty much anything that's between two people, or more than, or several people. If it's a situation they're all happy with that makes them all happy, then then just leave them to it. Imagine the kind of trouble she'd get into then. What if you found some guy she really liked and turned out to have a girlfriend or a wife? For her sake, I can't tell her anything about it right now. It's for her own good. Well, don't worry about it. I won't judge no matter how strange it is. I told you, I knew I wasn't typical. So I could judge someone else for not being typical. It's odd. Sometimes she says something really smart, but other times she's horrendously misinformed. Well, I'll be ready to tell you about it later. I understand. She looks around the clearing then. What memories of this place do you have? Memories? Well, I used to go off on my own a lot as a little kid. I have all kinds of hiding places that I've found. These hills, though, these are special. No matter how many times I come here, the stars never cease to leave me in awe. I know how you feel. It was past my bedtime and I was out exploring when I found this place. Now this is where I go whenever I need some time to myself. I was so surprised when I saw someone else here. You're not the only one. Finding this place is not easy. But past your bedtime? Well, my parents have considered me to be a troubled child. I would always do things that they didn't like, so they became really strict. It was all for my own good, they told me. So imagine a little girl sitting here, thinking about how nice it would be to leave this place behind and reach for the stars. You think you can relate to those feelings, Seiji? Just want to leave everything behind? It's in that moment that I begin to understand her, at least a little better. I do understand it. But we can't run away, can we? Yes? We can't run away. But hope is something we should never give up. Maybe one day a spaceship will crash here and we'll be able to fly away in it. You never know, right? As I still maintain I was surprised in the original Sakura Beach when an alien ship with a sexy alien woman in it didn't crash, so maybe they're saving that for the threequel. God, I hope this doesn't get a threequel. Yeah, right. Some part of her tells her that it's hopeless. Another part says she has to keep hoping no matter what happens. You have to remember that things aren't always going to stay the same forever, though. You'll get your chance for an adventure you've always wanted. Go exploring, discover new things. Maybe find love. Love? Do you think I'll really find love? I can't predict the future. But I think you might. I don't know that much about love, though. Neither do I. But you shouldn't let that stop you. For a moment, she seems to think really hard about something. Do you have someone you love, Seiji? I can't really answer that right now. Do you love one of your friends? Which one? Don't go asking questions like that. I don't know. So Seiji's uncertain too? At least we're both uncertain. It's really that simple. It's not so simple, I guess. It's fine to be uncertain. Absolutely. Nian laughs a little bit to herself. Do you know what love feels like? It's not something that's easy to explain. You feel it like you really like something, I guess. Love comes in many forms. So if I did fall in love, I wouldn't know what it is? I don't know. I wish I could tell you. But love isn't something I know that much about. She smiles to herself. I see. Love is complicated. You got that right. But so wonderful at the same time. I hope to meet the love of my life one day. She idly pulls out her phone and quickly checks it. I'm back to my previous comment. Where the hell has she been keeping a phone? Oh, it's gotten late. She looks really worried as she says that. What's the matter? I have to get home before they know I'm gone. Before who knows you're gone? My parents? But before I do, thank you, Seiji. For what? Thank you for spending time with me. It's no problem, really. I'm happy to keep you company. Well, I'll see you at the beach tomorrow. I think we'll be going there, yeah. I'll text your plans, so don't worry about it. Okay. So until next time, Mr. Stranger. Happily, she bounds out from the undergrowth. That was enlightening. I understand her desires now. She wants to go on a grand adventure. Because she's feeling stifled at home. Still, can't make any presumptions yet. But my guess is she grew up in a sheltered environment. And the fact she didn't go to any school at all. So, could her misconceptions be linked back to that? When she gave Ayumi that greeting, she said she read it out of a book. To my left, I hear the sound of rustling. Who's there? And to my shock, it's them. What was that? Did she really say, could I become someone special to you? I won't stand for it. What's the problem? Ayumi's face goes into her palm. You really haven't learned anything, have you? What do you mean? Just forget it. Here I was thinking that Seiji the fool had actually learned something. You just go and prove me wrong again. You're being harsh for people who are spying on two people having a private moment. I just need to ensure that nothing went wrong. That's all. No, that can't be it. I can't think what the problem is, but I like to think that's not the case. Alright, sure. Don't forget about me, Seiji. Momoko the Great is here to keep the witch in check. I told you never to call me that again. You had to deal with your curse, silly. It's been years. The curse has surely expired by now. Nope. But anyway. This is an interesting turn of events. I wonder where it'll all go. Momoko, aren't you worried too? What if she... Well, we'll work it out as we go along. Besides, we can't just decide things for Seiji by ourselves. Well, you have to remember your agreement. After all of us deserve a chance, right? I guess so. Absolutely. But she's just a friend, so I don't think she needs to know about this whole harem idea. Of course. I would rather keep it that way. The best thing to do is wait and see what happens. I don't really understand what you two are talking about. Oh, adorable, silly Seiji. Even after everything that's happened, you really aren't good with girls, are you? Maybe you'll never understand a girl's heart. Well, that's okay. Look, is there something I'm not picking up on? I didn't really notice anything unusual when I was talking to her. Nothing unusual by her standards, at least. Seiji? She's glaring at me now. I can feel the cold trail of sweat go down my spine. What? You have no idea how angry I am with you right now. What did I do? I don't understand. Please, no divine punishment. Forgive him this time, Ayumi. You know he doesn't pick up on these things. That's part of his charm, right? Fine. Just this once. I am so glad Momoko was here. Anyway, as nice as this place is, we need to get home. We're going to have a great day tomorrow. All four of us. You must admit, Ayumi, Seiji looked really cute with her. Don't you think? No, why would I think that? I mean, Seiji looked kind of nice, but not with her. So should he be with you instead, then? That isn't what I was implying at all. Stop twisting my words. Ayumi, I told you before you don't need to hide your feelings. Don't make presumptions about how I feel. Letting out a loud huff, she turns her back to me. I want to go back to the hotel. It's cold out here. Alright, alright. Well, we'll do something fun tomorrow. Just you and me. That sound good? Guess it would be acceptable? Alright, let's go back then. The three of us just do that, enjoying the brisk evening air. I haven't heard anything from Mian yet. I'm hoping nothing happened to her. Sounds like her household's pretty strict. She got caught. What would happen to her? Ayumi seemed to look relieved, though. No troublemaker to be sighted at all. I think we're going to have a great day. Oh, but she was kind of fun. Don't you remember the bucket of water, Momoko? Thought you'd have been more mad about that. Forgiveness is a virtue, silly. Something I learned years ago when you completely failed to notice my feelings. Guess that's just the sort of person she is. Ayumi doesn't want to hear it, though. No, she was not fun to have around. That misunderstanding has far-reaching consequences. I can only hope that Ayumi will one day forgive her. Now then, what should we do today? Our grand battle from yesterday didn't have a decisive victor. We must move on to phase 2 of our war. Right, which would be... I think I know what they're talking about, but I'd best not say a single word about it. I knew that I knew about the pillow fight. Momoko seemed fired up about something now. It's time for volleyball! We didn't get the chance to play last time we were here. And whose fault is that, I wonder? People are allowed to forget things, Ayumi. Does it really matter? We've got the volleyball now, right? Nope, she's just not listening. After all, you always practice a selective memory when you try to act mature. What do you mean? Remember how you panicked that one time and stuffed all your cuddly toys into the cupboard? You were so worried Seiji might have thought of you as immature. Let's face it, if you guys have seen my vlogs, you've seen the collection of stuffed and cuddly toys that I've got on my bed. Hell, I acquired a new one a couple of weeks ago when my girlfriend came back from Spain. Oh, so she added to the collection, which was nice of her. One of these days, Momoko, I will bring ruin to you. Try your best. I am the master of sports. She's not wrong. No matter what Momoko does, she's unrivaled as a sportsman. Face her in volleyball. Can't say I'd survive such a thing. So, are you ready, Seiji? Ready for what? Volleyball, of course. I want you to show me that amazing technique you have. Which one? The one where you catch it with your face, of course. That's not a technique. That's you being excessively violent. She cocks her head to the side, giving me a confused look. What are you talking about, silly? It's never my intention to bring harm to my adorable Seiji. I know that it isn't. But my face can only endure so much punishment. Now then, we're wasting time. We have to play now. Are we going to play with uneven teams or something? Of course we are. Seiji and me versus you. Sounds like the perfect arrangement to me. That's not fair. I want Seiji to be on my team. Maybe if we cut Seiji in half, we can have one half each. That isn't plausible, no matter how you look at it. What does Seiji want to do? What do I want to do? I'll just watch, okay? You two can play against each other. Aww. Wait, this is great news for me. Prepare to be dazzled by amazing skill, silly. Don't take me lightly, Momoko. You may be the queen of sports, but I'm nearly your equal. Nearly? So it's gonna be clear who the winner is. With Seiji on the sideline, he can be the referee. Somehow I get the feeling I'm not going to emerge unscathed from this match, even if I'm not participating. I will deliver destructive force from the heavens. This will be revenge for all your villainous behaviour, Momoko. Momoko serves the ball, delivering a ferocious opening attack. Plummets towards the earth like a meteor, yet Ayumi knocks it back with just as much force. I'm surprised the volleyball hasn't been smashed into tiny pieces from their strikes. I feel like I'm watching two superhumans. Both of them are so fast and so strong. They can throw an object as soft as a pillow with such brutality. And what would an object as hard as a volleyball do to me? Either way, I'm glad I am not caught in the middle of their conflict. Only bad things could possibly come from it. Even though it's only the two of them playing, both of them fast enough, it might as well be entire teams playing against each other. And every time Momoko jumps, it's almost hypnotising. Bouncing of her fruit. Damn it, I'm staring at her. Your passionate stare is enough to get my blood boiling, Seiji. Keep watching. Has she been putting on a show? Damn it, you fool. Don't look at her. Where am I supposed to look then? You wanted me to judge? How can I do that if I'm not watching? There's a difference between looking and watching. She deflects the volleyball again, this time with a lot more force. Just when I think she'll definitely score, Momoko manages to knock it back. The ball's moving so fast I can barely see it. Time to deliver the deciding blow. Ayumi leaps into the air, blocking out the sun, and all I see is a blur of shadow in front of me. She brings her hand down at the ball. Oh no, She misses it, center it completely, causing it to veer off its course. It's about to hit Seiji in the face, isn't it? When it reburns off the ground, time seems to slow. I see the volleyball approaching me. It's going straight for my head. But I already know I can't react in time. And in that moment I remember the words of the Roman philosopher Marcus Aurelius. Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people for whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart. So I accept this fate, as the ball delivers its full force. I begin to wonder if Marcus ever got hit in the face by a volleyball. After the volleyball, there was no clear winner, so we ended up going to the park. I'm sorry about hitting you in the face, Seiji. Please forgive me. Oh, it's normal, isn't it? If I couldn't survive it, I wouldn't have made it this far. But, I've always been so mean to you. At least get angry or something. How could I get angry with you, Ayumi? I still don't get you, even after all this time, Seiji. Anyway, I'm going for a swim. She quickly disappears back onto the beach. While Ayumi seems awkward about it, Momoko seems very pleased with their match. I haven't been able to go all out like that in ages. The other students just don't compare to Ayumi. Yeah, you two are kind of scary when you start hitting things. Like my face. With projectiles. Oh, don't be scared of me, Seiji. There's nothing scary about me, is there? She beams a bright smile at me. I guess not. See? Then don't worry. Just have fun, that's what I do. Right. I wish I could do that, but I trail off as I think about Neen. Seiji, you really are worried about Neen, aren't you? Well, yeah. I can't just leave her alone. She's troubled, and I think what she needs is a friend right now. That's what I love about you. You always get so worried about other people. What do you think about it? What do I think about it? I mean, she dumped a bucket of water on you out of nowhere. You seem pretty mad about that. Well, even I'm going to admit I do find her a bit, you know, she's not normal, obviously. She's kind of awkward and does silly things. And I think Ayumi does have a point. Seiji's very naive and trusting. It's one of his good points, though. I am glad to be held in such high regard. You're welcome. Anyway, while Neen is a little awkward, that doesn't mean I should be mean to her. Even if what she does makes me a bit angry. Seiji's fine with her than I am too. So don't worry about me. But I want to know what you think. Ayumi seems like she can't stand being around Neen. Oh, you haven't worked out why? Adorable silly Seiji strikes again. Look, could you please just tell me? Nope, I'm sure you can work it out yourself, silly. It's just something you need to work really hard on. I know that Naeem needs help, so you should do that. Okay, I will. Alright, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next part.